doing fantasy football drafts once again here. I can't wait to do this. We've done best ball drafts all summer. Now it's time to do the real thing. I'm gonna actually gonna post the link here in the chat for you guys to sign up. This is gonna be first come first serve for those of you watching the show on YouTube and also Facebook and Twitter /X wherever else we post this show. So you guys will be able to see it first and sign up, and then once we do the intros, I'm going to post it on X and Facebook, and then once we fill, we're going to start this mock draft, and it's on Sleeper. Unlike Fantasy Football Calculator, it's actually a good site where Fantasy Football Calculator like kicks you out and has like names from like 20 years ago. It's kind of drafting those guys is fun in the final round, but at some point it gets tiresome. So guys, welcome to the WalterFootball.com After Dark show for August 6th, 2025. My birthday, by the way. So if you guys want to help us out here on my birthday, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something from the merch store. It is the August is Gluttony Month. It is August, so it's Gluttony Month. Gluttony rights are human rights. Don't forget that. You can go to the merch store and get a bunch of shirts. We have a 15% off sale. You can change the colors of these shirts. You can get them in long sleeve. You can get them in hoodie. You can get them in women's tank tops and infant onesies. So if you want to get your sister's daughter or son in a money laundering infant onesie, you can do that here. 15% off, as I said. You go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of people I went to college with. So I had a blast writing it. I think you guys will have a blast reading it. Also, please consider super chats, super stickers. That's the best way to support the show. As I always say, YouTube ads, they suck with the revenue. If you guys super chat us, it's like 8x our revenue. It really helps us out. RMAC helped us out with a $20 super chat. Wow, $40 super chat for RMAC. Wow, thanks. I just said $20 super chat. RMAC gave us a $40 super chat. Thanks so much, RMAC. Really appreciate it. I can't say enough how much you, Slew, and John Sanders and some others as well have really helped us out here. A regular super chat's like 8x our revenue. This is like I don't know, 80x. It's absurd. So thank you so much, RMAC. Just really appreciate it. If you want to say anything, the floor is yours. All right, so we're joined by the body burner, Dave. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I guess, I've done 145 best ball drafts, and now it's time to do the real thing. I can't wait to do it. As I was telling you before we started recording, I've done so many best ball drafts that I feel like I don't need rankings anymore. I know who I'm going to take. All I need is like ADP and just kind of like guess what people are going to do. So I don't know. It's just like it feels like it's prepared me a lot for it. So have you done any drafts yourself?
No, this will be my first one.
Well, there you go.
So I am the opposite end of the spectrum to you, my friend. And happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
I did forget, and I apologize.
What? I mean, it's not yet. It's in an hour and an hour and 12 minutes technically.
Wow.
So.
Well, happy early birthday.
I appreciate it.
Happy birthday. Screw you.
Well, I forgot your birthday, unfortunately, in July 1st. So I felt bad about it. But when you have like two kids under 4, things get a little crazy. RMAC says, appreciate you and all you do. Keep up the wonderful work. Thanks so much, RMAC. Again, it really means a lot that you guys would help us out. You and Slew and John Sanders just help us out so much. Here's the link. Right here. I'm going to send it out again. I guess you didn't see it. I probably posted it before you got on. So here's the link. I posted on X as well and Facebook. So all you have to do is go there, you sign in, and then you click claim with one of these buttons. So it looks like we have 6 more teams to go before we can kick this off. So so we had a couple of cool, just awesome. Good work as always. Thanks, Ryan. Mr. Appleman, how's it going? Chris says, are you doing preseason NFL picks this year or focusing on live WNBA bets? Well, why not both? We could do both here. I'm like killing it in the WNBA, Dave. I've bet 14 times. I won 11. Unfortunately, we lost our last it's a mock draft. Yeah, it's a mock draft. It's not a real league, but it's not best ball. It's as you guys, some of you guys have been calling it commie fantasy football. This is a real league. But anyway, I am 11-3 in my WNBA bets, and my strategy is simple. I've not watched a single second of that trash league. What I've done is if there's a blowout, I live bet the under because the scrubs, scrubs, like the scrubs of the scrubs in that league, the girls on the bench, they can't score at all. They can't score one bit. So if there's a blowout, I bet the under because it would be like 40 points in the first quarter, 40 points second quarter, 40 points third quarter, and if there's like a 30-point lead, it's like 15 points in the fourth quarter. Like there's no scoring at all. It's absurd how little scoring there is. And like you see the under plummet. It starts at like 160, then like 5 minutes later, so 155. And I'm like, okay, I already got under 160. That's like 150. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I also bet the under minus 155? So Tom will be pumped. Yeah, he is. I showed him. He's excited. Slippery slope, buddy. Keep betting the NBA and you're gonna end up watching. I'm definitely not. Mercury up 16 at halftime. Yeah, I want to go for 25 or more. So I definitely want to make sure that happens. What hurt me in the last the last WNBA bet I made, which was on I think Saturday, it was a blowout. It's like 28-point lead, and then like suddenly it was 20, and so I think they put their starters back in, and I think that's what ended up hurting me. So
have you seen the guys that just bet what's her name, Angel Reese, to miss the first shot?
And not that sounds great. Sounds like right up my alley.
I don't know how serious it is. It's like this, like I'm an old man, like this Instagram thing, like the reels or whatever you call them. I'm 100 years old now, Walt. Sorry, I'm not cool anymore.
Well, I'm older than you, so
I know. But they just bet for Angel Reese to miss the first shot. It's just, and they often make their money.
That sounds pretty brilliant. I wonder what the odds are. I mean, if they keep doing it, eventually the odds are going to be pretty bad. But I guess like you can get away with it now. There's also you can also bet what color dildo will be thrown on the floor. So I
saw that. Couldn't you like bet like red dildo and then go to the game and throw one on the court?
Yeah, so it's funny. Scott Barrett, who's I really like his content. He's at Fantasy Points. He said infinite money glitch. He's like, because blue had like the highest odds, so he's like, buy a blue dildo, go to WA game, bet blue, and then throw it on the court. It's like infinite money glitch. So yeah, I'm gonna put this out again. Few spots available. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to be posting my preseason picks sometime tonight, so they'll be up in the morning. I got stuck on my golf bets, and like my kids had they're like, it was kind of a busy day for everyone here, so I didn't really get to my first round leader bets either, which I just finished up, and I'm going to post that as well. So once I do that, I'm going to do my preseason picks, and then some sleepers and busts. I'm gonna update the sleepers and bust list as well. So we got a busy night ahead of us. So you said hold on, we have some comments here. Yeah, can you bet the dildo? Yeah, you can. Clay Travis actually posted that link. It's on Bet Online. I'm sure it's like capped at like $100, but you can do it. WNBA is pathetic, but the dildo throwing is even more pathetic and unfunny. Well, I don't know. It's funny that you can at least bet on it. I don't know. It's because Evan and I were talking about it, and he posted the video, the green dildo being thrown, and I actually wrote, I'm like, it's a shame you can't bet on this. And then a day later, he posted Clay Travis's link to Bet Online to bet it. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. Are you nervous about Garendo's injury? So I've drafted Isaac Garendo in 71% of my drafts. And I'm not that nervous about it because they said he's going to be out a few weeks with a shoulder. So I'm not too worried. If it was like a month and a half or something, I would be, but it's only a shoulder. It's not like a leg. Yeah, they say he's gonna be ready for the start of the season. I'm not concerned. In fact, it could be a blessing in disguise because his ADP has gone to like the 14th round. It used to be the 12th round, which I feel like was like buoyed by me because I kept drafting him in 12th round. But he's going in the 14th round now, and so now you can take some other players like round 12 or round 13, and then take Orlando. Although like round 14 is typically my Dante Thornton round anyway. So no, to answer your question, I'm not concerned about it at all. It took him a lot in best ball drafts. Yeah, I got sniped today. I did a draft an hour ago, and all right, we got 2 more spots left. I did a draft an hour ago, and it was like round 13, or like I think it was round 12. Actually, it might have been round 12, and someone took Dante Thornton right before me. And I was wondering if like they listened to the show and they kind of knew that they weren't going to get him because I was going to get him in round 14. So that's the downside of putting your content out there. People know what you're going to draft. Bodyburner, you and I have been doing fantasy leagues together since what, 07 or so. Maybe 06. I feel like I never get anyone I want in leagues I do.
Never. I used to be shameless. I used to print your sleepers page out and sit next to you at the draft and go, okay, well, you got really screwed by me if I was at like pick 4 and you were at pick 3. Like I just knew like you're not getting your guy, or vice versa. If it was like 10 and you were at 12, you're not getting your guy.
Yep. Yep. And I'm kind of like, it's, it's fine. I do this for a living. Like it's whatever. But
I never walked up to you at the draft though and asked you to take if I should take Chris Matthews.
Ryan Matthews.
Yeah.
Chris Matthews. Isn't Chris Matthews the catcher predator guy or something?
Yes. Well, our friend did that to you was a predator, so that's why I thought about that. Not a sexual one, but he stole your players.
Okay, yeah, he was a fantasy predator.
Fantasy predator.
Also, when you said he's predator, I'm like, wait, I didn't hear any news about this guy. No. So, yeah, I have. We have. Wait, what time? We have two picks left. So, yeah, this was Ryan Matthews' rookie year. I was, of course, watching all the preseason games. I was watching Ryan Matthews' preseason game, and it was like he was on the Chargers, so it was like a 10 o'clock, 10:30 start. So I was up by myself at like 12:30 a.m. This is back when like AIM was a thing, and like no one else was on. Except for him, and I was so excited by what I saw from Ryan Matthews. I had to tell someone, and I was like, dude, Ryan Matthews looks so good, I can't believe it. And so, of course, this guy was in our fantasy draft, and so we had a fantasy draft the next day, and then like he was on the clock, and like I planned on taking Ryan Matthews in the second round, and he was like up like 3 or 4 picks before me, and he was on the clock and just sat there for like, it felt like an eternity, it felt like 10 minutes. Like we should have really had a clock. And I was like, oh my God, he's gonna take him, isn't he? And then he comes over to me and he's like, do you mind if I take Ryan Matthews?
Yes.
I was like, do whatever you want, man. I like, come on. You would never heard of that guy if I didn't tell him about him. It is fair game because like, I put my content out there, but at the same time, that was that's kind of ridiculous. Like,
but I think in this case, you didn't actually even write anything about Ryan Matthews yet.
I think I posted it like early in the morning. So like, if he would have checked my site in the morning, he would have seen it. But it wasn't up there for a while, and I don't even know if my rankings were updated. They might have been, but I don't know if they were. But yeah, and look, Ryan Matthews, he backfired because he always got injured. Like he was talented. He just would always get hurt. So that was it was pretty unfortunate. All right, we got a full we got a full thing going here. So let's start this draft. Let's go. We got some pretty sounds here. So you are drafting 5th, Body Burner. I'm drafting 12th. I've decided on 12th because I hate that spot the most, and so I want more experience at the end of the draft. It's kind of like trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So Bijan Chase off the board. Butters is who's a co-host of the show. Sometimes he's in this draft, so it's pretty cool to see. I'm sure we'll have Butters and Nuggets on the show. And
we should get those to get back together for the 2028 election live stream.
I know that was fun. We had speaking of Nuggets, I'm sure you didn't see a Body Burner, but like we had a show. It was one of the golf shows, and Nuggets was he had to leave for a vacation the next day, like early morning, and his wife was like, she warned him not to come on the show, and he did. And she was like cursing him out during the show. Yeah. So anyway, that was so funny. You're up, by the way.
I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay, so why Jahmyr Gibbs here at 105?
Because he's cute, Walter. I don't know why you ask me silly questions. No, I mean, I think I wanted to go running back in the first round, and I actually think he might get a bigger share of the offense. I'm a little concerned though because new offensive coordinator, they lost some linemen, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And also, it's my first draft, so we'll see what I'll do what I want.
I'll do what I want. So we have Brian Thomas Jr. a little earlier than you might expect. Brian Thomas Jr. a little earlier than you might expect, but I actually like him a lot. Like he's going like I saw him the one draft I did an hour ago or 2 hours ago now. He went like 205, and I would have snap took him there. But I had the third pick, so I wasn't up till 210. Brock Bowers 111. That is bold. I don't agree with that. I don't like Brock Bowers there, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. This is like skipping too much here. So I'm gonna go to running backs here, and I'm gonna double pick this. Obviously, I'm gonna go double running back. I like the receivers later, so I'm going to take Devon Achane and Bucky Irving. Now Bucky Irving is going like a little later. I've seen him go like I think I got him at 210 actually in the draft that I mentioned. But I'm a huge fan of Bucky Irving this year. He's my number 4 running back behind Barkley, Bijan, and Gibbs. And Achane is my number 5. I believe my number 5 running back. If not, he should be moved up. He's got so much talent, and the fact that Jonnu Smith is gone is just really going to open things up for him even more so. Like he's already a big receiver out of the backfield. I think that like it's funny. We've seen like 2 Devon Achanes. We've seen when he was a rookie, he had those explosive runs, like 80-yard runs all the time. And then last year he caught like 1 million passes, but he didn't run well because they couldn't run block. But like they added James Daniels, like the run block is going to be better. And so like if there's like a confluence of the two, like he could have an insane year. I worry a little bit about his injuries, but you can't do everything scared. So I Bowers McCaffrey start really bothers me, but you're up. So what are you doing here at 208?
I just scroll down a touch. I don't like Drake London at all. I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. Why Taylor?
I wanted the running back. I'm not. I don't know. I think some of the wide receivers I like will fall back to me, and we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like that's happened. I feel like the sweet spot for receivers is like rounds 5 through 8. I feel like you're getting them a lot there. There's some good ones in round 3 too. And obviously there are some really talented ones here. But I think like the running backs really drop off. There's some rookies I like, but once you get past them, you get to like old running backs like James Conner or Alvin Kamara. Like they're all 30. Joe Mixon was there, but now he's in.
Well, I don't know how. It's not a real draft, so screwed. I was scrolling real quick, and it's like the other running backs available. Now, I've done zero prep for this, so forgive me, like I said. But I'm just looking at some of these names, and it does seem to fall off a cliff. I mean, there's some rookies that I'd be interested in, but am I really going to take in that spot or hope in the 3rd or 4th round like Breece Hall, who I don't even know what they're doing with him?
Yeah, it's worrying. Like
or James Cook, who might be holding out. Is there any issues with James Cook, or is that just
he's holding in?
He's not playing. He's not practicing. Right, he's right there, but not.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So basically the same thing. Drake London falls. No one likes Drake London here. I had I was on the fantasy football counselor show today. We had a debate about Drake London. He likes him a lot. I don't. I like it. I mean, he has a high floor. I just don't think his ceiling's there. I'd rather have AJ Brown, although he has a hamstring. McConkey and London are pretty close. St. Brown, Collins, I'd rather have those two. Puka Nacua is. We had a comment here. Ryan says Nacua scares me with the Stafford news. Yeah, I feel the same way. Stafford apparently has a back issue. Yeah, and from what I heard, he's having issues just walking around right now, which kind of reminds me of me. It's like I deal with all the time, but like I'm not a professional athlete, so hopefully he gets that taken care of because I have some futures on the Rams. They're not going to look good with Jimmy Garoppolo as the quarterback, so Not that he's like a terrible backup, but he's okay. He's like an okay backup, but you're not going to win the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo, even though he did lead the Niners there. So still,
No, that whole Rams offense is if Stafford can't play, like all those guys are just crazy downgraded.
yeah, the left tackle being out too hurts too. Alec Jackson, like getting him back was such a big deal, and then he got hurt. He has like blood clots in his lungs, just like pretty scary stuff. Hopefully he recovers, but that's I don't know. I wouldn't really count on him playing. Like he might play late in the season. I hope he does. But someone with that sort of issue, you just kind of want him to get healthy. James Cook went 303. I was kind of wondering where he'd go, like given the hold in. I really don't know what to expect from Cook this year. I have drafted him. You're up, by the way. I'll continue after.
That's right. I'm going to take JSN, Jackson Smith, the Jigba. Is that how you say that? I pronounce that right?
That's right. I've heard a lot of people just call him Jackson Smith. Just forget the Njigba part. Why'd you take Jackson Smith and Njigba here?
Well, I think he's with Metcalf gone. He's the clear number one on that number one receiver there.
Yeah.
And I know his quarterback isn't anything special, but fantasy production wise, he had a good year. So I don't think there's any real concern there from a fantasy perspective. I mean, real football will see, but with Sam Darnold.
I'm not like in Seattle. Omarion Hampton just went. I love Hampton. I'm trying to get him in the third round every time. Najee Harris, which is like, I was kind of like shocked to hear the news. Like they just cleared him to walk laps. And I'm like, so he was not cleared to walk laps before a couple days ago. Like how serious is this injury? Like, I don't.
Didn't he get was it fireworks or something?
Fireworks, yeah. Don't play with fireworks. You're.
But what could have happened to him from fireworks that prevent him from running? Like how bad? Like it wasn't just burns then. It was like eye injuries or something, or he lost digits. Like what happened to him?
Yeah, he has depth perception issues, which which you need as a running back, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you see the running lanes.
Yeah, you do. You think?
Yeah, I said this. I'm not counting on him playing this year. See, these running backs just stink here. I do like one or two, but I've seen them fall in the fifth round before. I have two running backs anyway. Not sure what to do with McLaurin. I don't know. He's holding
up, right?
Yeah. Rashee Rice, we had no idea what's going to happen there.
Is he? He was convicted, wasn't he? But it's like a weird probation thing.
He took a plea for a lesser sentence.
Right. So are they going to suspend him, or is it just?
Yes, this I don't know. We just don't know. I hate that the NFL drags its feet on this. Like, just give us an answer here. Like why does it take you so long to figure this out?
The Chiefs have to sell season. Well, they don't have any problem selling tickets, but that's why.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm gonna. I love Rashee Rice. I'm gonna take him here. I don't like anyone else here. This is where I draft my quarterback. I usually don't draft quarterbacks early, but there are 5 elite ones this year, and it falls off a cliff after that. And I've discussed this when we've done our best ball drafts. Round 4 is a dead zone for running backs and receivers. They're like nothing I like here. So I might as well just take my quarterback, get one of the top guys. You know me, we've done leagues, like I said, we've done leagues for 20 years or so now. Like I'm always a guy who usually likes to wait on quarterbacks. I just think this year is a lot different. And we're going to see this round 4. This round 4 is going to look ugly, except for the quarterbacks and maybe George Kittle if you like him. Oh, Kittle went. Never mind. Except for the quarterbacks, this round 4 is going to look disgusting, and we're just going to break down how bad this round 4 is and why you should draft quarterbacks in round 4. I don't understand. Like, I've never seen such a bad round early in a fantasy draft. Like, it's just going to look terrible. But
we have this conversation every year where that point keeps moving up though.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone listening to you is taking.
Everyone agreed. I kind of led the witness there. They're all gone. All right. Well, good luck drafting these bums in the 4th round. All right. Well, so Chuba Hubbard is. He was the one running back I liked, but he's going mid round 5. That's his ADP. So you either have to reach one round or take like one of these crappy players. So I think Purple did the right thing there. to take Hubbard because like he's probably the best player available, even though his ADP is around later. So yeah, we're gonna see the non-reaches look terrible. You took HN and Bucky over Genty. Call me casual, but how? We had Charlie Campbell on the most accurate mock drafter in the world. He has a lot of sources, and Charlie said he wouldn't draft Genty until round 3. The Raiders aren't going to fully involve him right away. They're going to see a lot of Raheem Mostert. They don't trust him on third down, and I think like people just want to take Genty in the first round. I warn you, like people were taking Bijan Robinson in the first round 2 years ago, and we saw what happened with Algier there. It's just you're gonna be really pissed at Pete Carroll if you take Genty early. Genty is just going to like you're gonna see like 17 carries from Genty, 13 from Mostert. Like it's gonna be that early. So I warn all of you if you're going to take Genty. That's from Charlie. It's straight from Charlie. So, all right. So we have these names here, and you're up. You're up, by the way. We'll get to these names in a bit.
Yeah, I'm not liking any of these names, especially at the running backs.
Good luck.
They're depressing. So old though.
This feels good to start a trend. Yes, it does. You guys see the third dildo just dropped tonight. Oh man, what color was it? We have to know what color it was.
I'm gonna go with a guy who's like washed up and his quarterback has the brain scramblies, but
okay. So you took Kyrie Hill. It's I've seen him go as late second round. So mid fourth is not the worst value there. So yeah, Hill is he lost a step last year. He's 31.
Yeah.
And he plays in an offense where Tua could easily go down, and then you have what'd you say?
Tua has the brain scramblies.
Right, and so you could see like their backup is Zach Wilson, the Cougar hunter. So I don't know. I mean, Hill has produced with scrub quarterbacks before, but at 31, with a horrible pass blocking offensive line too, should add. They should run block better, but their pass blocking is going to be terrible this year. They lost their left tackle to retirement. He was like their only good offensive lineman last year, and he's gone. Their right tackle is already out, and he was already bad.
No, the Dolphins are a mess.
Yeah. So anyway, like, but they're like, as opposed to late second where I've seen him, like, I don't mind that so much. It just looks ugly. But you have Kenneth Walker. I guess we'll go backward from where you were. Kenneth Walker is dealing with injuries. Also Seattle's offensive line stinks. Their interior blocking is horrible. Dave Montgomery Detroit's offense is going to be a lot worse this year. And I think he's going to take the biggest hit of any Detroit player. Devontae Adams, if Stafford's healthy, that's a fine pick, but like Stafford's hurt. So I don't know what to make of Adams now. James Conner is 30 years old. James Conner even said that he's going to split touches with Trey Benson. He said it's going to be 1A, 1B. So I don't want something like that in the fourth round. Mike Evans is 32 and has chronic hamstring issues. Alvin Kamara is 30 years old. And I think late in the year, the team's going to be so bad that they're just going to be like, okay, let's see what our young guys have. So they're going to give him like 10 touches instead of 20. McLaurin's holding out. I do like Hunter, but he's going usually around later. So like I said, you either have to take a good player with a reach for a round later, or you have to take a bad player. And this is the fifth round. This is the fourth round, the dead zone in fantasy this year. Do you like any of those names that were taken?
No. So I actually, when I was debating, I did debate Evans for a hot second, just because he was good when he played, but he did miss time.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. Like Connor, older, and was he drafted? Was Benson drafted last year?
He was the second year last year.
This was his third year. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but eventually, I mean, two older running backs. McLaurin, I mean, if he's not even going to be there in the fourth round if he's not holding out. So that's just fine, but who knows what's going to happen.
Oh, no, Benson was a rookie last year. Sorry. Yeah.
That's what I thought. So this is his second year.
Yeah.
So you figure he's going to get more involved.
Yeah. Yeah. Connor even said that. So, Green. It was green. Okay, green. What is these green? Can we get another color? Kelsey Plum kicked off the court. If Addison got a 3-game suspension, Rice should get at least 4x that. I don't know. I've heard some opinions out there that they don't think Rice is going to get any sort of suspension because he didn't get convicted. He just took a plea. And it's funny that like he gets to choose which 30 days he gets to go in jail. It's like he gets to go like on vacation. It's so dumb.
Well, it's stupid because if it was like a normal person that works a 9-to-5 job, they're just giving up their weekends for 2 years or whatever. But he's a professional football player. He can just basically like play the whole season and then like March just disappear for if you wanted to.
Yeah,
and still make millions of dollars. Like, it doesn't affect him in the same way it would affect a normal person. Or he could just do a day here and weekend there, or take the bye week.
Yeah, it'd be funny if like one of his friends like, "Hey, can you help me move?" It's like, I gotta go to jail.
Sorry.
I'll be in jail tomorrow. Sorry. Like, I don't like one of his baby's mom is like, "Hey, we have go to the barbecue." He's like, I gotta go to jail.
Can't help you. Sorry.
You're out. You're up here.
I'm just gonna take Zay Flowers.
I like Flowers a lot more in best ball. But I mean, I like him quite a bit anyway. But best ball, like he has these spike weeks where he just goes nuts sometimes. I want to see him being more consistent, but he's a young guy, so maybe he'll get there. I love Travion Henderson. He's the one running back I target in round 5. So as a great pick by Kid No Name. Henderson is fantastic. I'm trying to get him in all my leagues, all my best ball drafts, but like people keep taking him earlier and earlier. I saw him at like 402 in one draft, 410 earlier today. So I'm just really not getting him. I did get him in one of the 3 leagues I did today, at least. So I don't know. Like I said, I've done 145 drafts, so I've been a little nuts here. Hopefully one of them makes it to the championship. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It's big money. It's $2 million to first place, so it's pretty wild. Mixon, don't take Joe Mixon. Please don't take Joe Mixon. He has I don't know if you heard this, Purple, but he has a foot or ankle issue, and he's gonna be out for a while. It sounds like so. Don't take him. Okay, so I don't want to take some of my favorite players here because I want to see if they come back to me. It's kind of like, I think you have to kind of do that in these best ball drafts. But I guess we'll see what Troy does here, and then that'll dictate what I do. But no, there's some receivers I really like in this range, and I just want to see if they fall back to me at 720. I'm sure you guys, if you've been listening this summer, you know who that is. All right, so the first receiver I'm going to take is Devontae Smith. Seems like a steal at the end of the 5th round. Like he's usually like last year. What is he going, like 3rd round, 4th round? He's going 5th round now, so that seems like a great bargain, especially with AJ Brown being sidelined right now. Now it may not be forever or anything, but if that hamstring does linger, like Devontae Smith's going to have some big games. I'm also going to take Calvin Ridley. He had the most unrealized air yards last year, just because, obviously his quarterbacks are terrible. They couldn't complete passes to him, but I think people kind of forget how good he is. And the receiver who had the most unrealized air yards in 2023 was Terry McLaurin. And we saw what happened in 2024. He went nuts with a better quarterback. I'm not saying Cam Moore is going to be Jane Daniels, but he's going to be a lot better than Will Levis or Mason Rudolph. So I think Ridley is a pretty good value, like the round 5'12", like 5'12", 6'1" turn. Like I think he's pretty good there. So we did finish round 4, the dead zone, and I did ask you if you liked anything, and I think you said no, right? So
yeah, it's funny that you went on your little speech about quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I was hoping for one of the 4 guys that went after my pick to fall back to me, but
yeah. Well, I won't do the speech during our draft.
Have you heard anything about that? Because
so I think Kenny told me it was going to be like August 31st or something. They're in a WhatsApp group chat or something. And you're up, by the way. I'll continue after. Pyramid scheme Waddle. There we go. I guess I have the entire Lions offenses besides Gibbs. Yeah, I'm down on the Lions here. I think they're going to be pretty mediocre this year. Maybe slightly more mediocre. Yeah. Okay, so you have Neighbors, St. Brown, Hampton, Adams, Jameson, Williams, and Laporta. Yeah, I mean, I love Neighbors too, but like, there's no Ben Johnson. They lost 2 linemen. And Goff is going to have to play outdoors, and they have the toughest schedule in the NFL. It feels like a lot's going against them. So I'm just not touching the Lions. Gibbs, I don't mind, because they're going to be behind more, and they're going to throw a lot, which means like he could catch passes in comeback mode. But I just think this is going to be a bad year for the Lions. I bet them to miss the playoffs at plus 170 or 175. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. So you took Tataroa McMillan. Do you want to talk about why you took McMillan?
No reason.
Just like the name. I bet you like football more than he does. He said himself that he does not like football. So
wow, that's great. That's awesome. No, I honestly, you talk about. I kind of jokingly said at the beginning I've done zero prep for this, and I'm feeling it now because I'm scrolling. I recognize a lot of these names. It's just like it's a sea of like who gives a shit.
Right.
I'm just scrolling through. It's like, all right, I do you really want anyone in Cleveland this year? Like,
no.
So it's like
no, not
old running backs, average quarterbacks, some young receivers and things like that. But like no one that's like I'm excited to pick.
One of my rules is to not draft players on bad teams or bad offenses unless they're elite. Like Neighbors. Unless and also unless it's like super late too, like last round, second to last round, sure, whatever. But no, I mean anyone in the Browns. I had Jerry Jeudy is one of my busts on my site. Who else is going early? Like Judkins was going early until he got arrested for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend. He when he was going round 6, I was like, I'm not taking a non-pass catching running back on a horrible team. It just seems like a bad idea. And like people comped it to like Nick Chubb, but the Browns used to be good. Like the Browns used to make the playoffs with Baker Mayfield occasionally.
Right.
It's okay. It's Judkins. Okay, well, someone just drafting off ADP, or maybe Ace didn't hear the news on Judkins, or maybe I didn't hear the news that he got acquitted or something. I haven't heard anything today about that. But dude, don't take Judkins in the 6th round, even if he is acquitted. Don't do it. Just don't take bad players and bad offenses. It's usually a bad idea. It has to be a rare exception, like Neighbors. Neighbors is a freak athlete, and just think about how great Neighbors would be on a team with a great quarterback. Like he would be, I think he'd be the top pick. Like if he were with Joe Burrow right now, like he'd be up there with Chase, at least in the top 3 with Chase.
Right.
And we had Jerry Jeudy. Don't take Jerry Jeudy, please. I think I call this. I talked to this about Kenny, I think, and I don't know if there's a better word, is a good word for this, but I think it's like a prisoner of the moment type of deal with Jeudy. Because if I tell you to like recall one game from Jeudy last year, like do you remember it? I mean, if you didn't watch it, you probably don't remember. But
no.
Do you remember the Monday night game against the Broncos where he went insane and had this he had like 3 touchdowns or something, had like 160 yards or whatever. He just made huge plays all the time. If you watched it, you would definitely remember it. And I think people remember that too much. And like that game alone, I think is making people draft him 3 rounds earlier than he should be going. And there are other examples of that sort of deal, but you just can't focus on that one game because like, first of all, Denver was missing multiple defensive backs. And second, Jameis Winston was throwing the ball to him. And like the Browns have 5 quarterbacks on the roster, not counting Watson. And none of them are as good as Jameis Winston, sadly. Think about how bad that is. If they traded for Jameis Winston, that'd be a huge upgrade for them.
The Browns are a mess.
Browns are a mess. The Saints are a mess. I think they're the 2 worst teams in the league. But the Saints have such an easy schedule, so I don't think they're going to win some games because of that. Whereas like the Browns and the Giants have like insanely tough schedules. So I like the idea of betting their under win totals. this year. So anyway, run on the Browns, better jump on the Shador quick. Exactly. I don't like these quarterbacks going here, Mahomes and Mayfield. I think it's too early for them. I don't hate them like individually, but like it's only 2 rounds for Mahomes, only 2 rounds after Burrow. For Mayfield's only 3 rounds after Burrow. Like it feels like there should be more separation there. But you are up on the clock at 7:05. What are you doing?
I'm gonna take just an old piece of garbage. Travis
I don't
Kelce.
know. Travis Kelce, like Kelce. Were you impressed with his appearance at Happy Gilmore too?
Yes, very much. I'm taking it purely on his acting chops. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just looking. I'm scrolling through, and again, like I said, zero prep for this. And I'm looking at the other tight ends. I'm like, holy shit, there's no one.
Yeah. Kelsey's acting was terrible, and I think he's a better actor than a football player right now. He did nothing last year, and even in the playoffs, like you could say, okay, he was saving it for the playoffs, but like, what happened? Like, like he just didn't show up in the playoffs. So
maybe there's a world where this is his last hurrah and he tries to go out with a bang, but I don't know. No, this I said zero prep work for this, and it's showing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm totally lost in the 7th round.
Yeah, you have to do your prep work. I'm sure. If you're on again in a few weeks, we'll.
Let's have the first one that I'm like, what is going
on? I love the Pearsall pick. One of my favorite picks so far. I like the Deuce a lot too, but recently I saw Caleb Williams' practices. I don't know. I think I might be out on any Bears player.
It's actually funny. I was looking when I picked Kelce. I thought that. I'm like, he's a young receiver. He's talented. But I did see Caleb Williams missing like a carnival game drill where they were throwing in nets and he couldn't even manage that.
Yeah.
And then isn't Addison suspended?
3 games, yeah.
All right, whatever. And then Pearsall, I was thinking Pearsall, but I'm like, that's also my 5th receiver. So that's why I ended up. And then I was just scrolling real quick through the tight ends. I'm like, oh my God, there's nobody. Unless I'm missing some like random rookie or something like that you like, or some sleeper guy in like the 12th round, which that's where like the prep work is really lacking. Because if I knew that, like, I can wait because in the 12th round, this guy's always there or should be there.
Yeah, I'm going to take my favorite player in the single-digit rounds. Not here. I'm going to take Tyron Tracy as my 3rd running back. My favorite player is where is he? Where'd he go? There he is. Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka is just an awesome player. He was I would have taken him to 6-1. I wanted to see if he followed and made 8-1. He's a fantastic player. He's had all the praise in the world from everyone at training camp, but like he was always a star at Ohio State despite like all the great talent around him. Like he's played with Jackson Smith-Njigba, he's played with Garrett Wilson, he's played with Jeremiah Smith, who's going to be a top 5 pick in 2 years. Like all those guys, like he's always been prevalent there. And Tampa Bay's receiving core could be a mess. Like Chris Godwin hasn't practiced yet.
What's wrong with Chris Godwin?
What?
What's wrong with him? Why is he not practicing?
He had 4 separate injuries when he went down in that Baltimore game last year. He had 2 surgeries, and he just can't really move right now. So,
he plays week 1, or is it that bad?
No, I think it's me pup list for him, and I don't think he's playing till November. And Mike Evans is a 32-year-old with, as I said before, 32-year-old with chronic hamstring injuries, and so there's a reality this year where Egbuka is the number 1 receiver in Tampa in a high-powered offense with a good offensive line and a good quarterback in Mayfield, where he just goes nuts and has a season like Brian Thomas Jr. had last year. He should be going 6th round, and like in best ball tends to be ahead of like the redraft leagues. He was going around round 8 like a month ago, and now he's going like round 6. So I wanted to see where he went, and yeah, 801 is a steal, absolute steal for Egbuka. Tyron Tracy, a lot of people are banking on Cam Scatabo doing something, but And I always found that strange because like Scadabo, I didn't think he was that good of a prospect. He dropped to the fourth round. We had a report from Jordan Renan today and from ESPN. I'm thinking like I know you're thinking like ESPN sucks, but Jordan Renan's actually like a good reporter for them. And he was like adamant. He's like Tyron Tracy is the number one back in the Giants, and Scadabo wasn't like not realistic to be a contributor this year. So I feel like Tracy's ADP is going to rise if as soon as people hear that, or hopefully they don't, because I keep taking Tracy in round 8 as well. So Tracy's one of my highest owned running backs who is not like a late round guy. But yeah, so you're up at 808. What are you doing here?
Sure, you're not going to like this pick.
Kicker?
No, I want to go quarterback.
Okay,
I'm gonna take Bo Nix.
I don't mind it. I've taken Bo Nix 9th round. I don't mind it so much 8th round.
No,
so
you hate Bo Nix. You told me that.
I didn't like him as a prospect. He did a lot better than I thought under Sean Payton. I'm a little skeptical that like he can continue this progression. But why don't you tell us why you like Bo Nix?
I actually thought like at the end of the season he had a lot of flashes, and I thought he looked really good near the end of the season.
Yeah.
And we'll see. I mean, the sophomore slump, I'm not sure if that's a cliche or a thing, but I mean, what do you have? Like, let me just look. Instead of 27 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, he had a great year.
Yeah, so I think I actually think if you look at the guys who went above him, I like them better than Mahomes and Mayfield. Unless, I don't know. Mahomes, the Chiefs, for me, who knows? They could be on, a revenge tour where everyone thinks they suck now because they kind of, limped their way in, but still got to the Super Bowl, but they got blown out.
Yeah.
And everyone plays that video of Travis Kelce standing at, the line of scrimmage as Mahomes runs for his life. And doesn't, during the Super Bowl, he doesn't even, try to get open for him.
Yeah. That's bad.
And then they're, all crying on the sidelines. So you never know. This could be they go out there and try to prove that they're still the best team, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't mind Mahomes in 8th round. 6th round I think is too early.
Yeah, I just think with the whole the way they run their offense, they don't care about. I don't blame them. They just want to win games. They don't care about stats.
Yeah, I mean their goal is to win Super Bowls.
Right. So but for fantasy purposes, fuck you. Sorry, I'm not sure if I can curse on your show or not, but
we're going to be demonetized. Oh no, the YouTube ads we get 70 cents from it's gone.
Well, I'll try to be nice. Screw you. Throw touchdown passes. Stop dinking and dunking down the field. And
we have Ace Jaffer. You're running out of time here. Better hurry. I think he's on auto draft because he drafted Jenkins.
Oh no, time's up. Godwin.
Right, well, yeah, he took Godwin there.
Well, I know he's not there, right? But let's just
he's on auto draft. Yeah.
I don't trust the Steelers. I don't like whatever. Metcalf is. I don't know. But then Olave's old and basically is a walking concussion.
Yeah.
And Godwin might not play. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Judkins is not going to play. Kamara is not going to play late in the year. He stacked the Saints there. I wonder if he's going to take Shuck or it's Silver Snake Rattler as quarterback, but John Smith not too. Butters, I know you're in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts on taking 2 quarterbacks and then 2 tight ends back to back. I usually don't like doing that. If this were best ball, I'd be fine with it, but in redraft where you're only starting 1 quarterback, I don't know. I don't really like that strategy, but if it's worked for you, let us know. But I like the players, like Herbert. Herbert's, I think, is going to have a good year. Kraft, I love. I've been getting Kraft in the 11th round, so I kind of have to remember here. I'm not going to get Kraft later. But I know Butters loves Kraft from being a Packer fan. But yeah, Butters, if you're in the chat, just let us know why you're taking 2 of each of those there. Yeah, well, I usually I said before I like waiting on quarterback. Not this year though. But I'm still waiting on tight end. And you're up right now at 9:05.
I'm gonna take Josh Downs.
Okay, I like Josh Downs.
I like Josh Downs too.
Why do you like Josh Downs?
I think Josh Downs. I actually just realized I'm completely screwing my draft over. I have only 2 running backs. Oh well. I think Josh Downs is. I know that offense is a mess, and Anthony. Who knows what's going to happen? Is Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson? Is that the competition right now? Not Joe Flacco. Flacco's on the Browns.
Yeah.
The guy from New York. Jesus, what's his name?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. I know that's the competition at quarterback right now.
Yeah.
But I think Josh Downs is like just a good. It's probably a bad fantasy move, but a good real life football player.
Yeah,
and a good receiver, and I think he's underrated.
Well, Garendo is off the board. Purple took my Garendo away from me. Said before, I drafted Isaac Garendo more than any player in best ball this year. I probably have more Garendo than anyone in the world.
Is your thought with him that McCaffrey's going to go down? It's not if, but when, and then he just gets all the carries.
Yeah, look, if McCaffrey goes down, and like, hold on, let me make my picks, and then I'll kind of like explain this whole situation here. Yeah, this round 9, by the way, is another dead zone. 4, 9, and 11 I found are the dead zones here. So this is where I take a second quarterback in best ball. I have to kind of like make myself not do that. So yeah, this is yeah, okay. I think I know what I'm gonna do here. Other do I maybe running back? I think I'm going to, yeah, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Jaden Higgins, who's a massive wide receiver. Oh, wait, is it saying only 4 receivers? No, that's wrong. Why does it say 4 out of 2? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Weird. Anyway, and I'm gonna take where was he? Jaden Blue. Okay, let me talk about these picks. So Jaden Higgins, massive receiver, the number 2, almost confirmed now on Houston. I'm a little down on the Texans, so but like 9-12 is whatever. I think Higgins could have a big year as a rookie. Not like big in general, but as a rookie, could have a pretty good year. And you know, Nico Collins has had his injury history. Like if Collins goes down, like suddenly Higgins is the number 1 there. Like, I think that's pretty intriguing to me. I was going to take Tyler Warren, so good pick, Slew. That's a good one. I just thought that like maybe I could wait on tight end and see what I get later, but I don't mind Tyler Warren. Plus there's a special guy that I like at tight end too a little bit later. Jaden Blue is pretty explosive. He's getting first team reps on Dallas right now. And Dallas has no real running back. And I think we could see the same thing happen last year with Rico Daddle, or as you call him, Rico Doodle. Like we saw last year, where like, remember early on, like it was clear that Doodle was the better running back, but they kept starting Zeke Elliott for some reason. Yeah. And eventually, second half of the year, they went to Doodle. And I think the same thing can happen here. I think that they're going to start Javonte Williams at the beginning of the year, and then they're going to kind of realize that he's done, and they're going to go to Blue. And I think Blue could have a great second half of the year, and he could be like a league winner. So I've been Blue is one of the running backs I've been targeting later in the drafts. Obviously, Garendo, I've been targeting him more than anyone else, and I will get to him as soon as your pick is over because you're up in 1 pick. So I didn't want to like steal your thunder here. Butter says I didn't think Kraft would be available next round, even though I have Hawkinson. I think I overdrafted Baker, even though I preferred Herbert. Blue was on my queue for the next pick. Okay. Yeah, look, I mean, if you think you're getting great value, it makes sense. I think if you're targeting Kraft and Herbert, you could just not draft Hawkinson and Mayfield. You know what I mean? I don't think Hawkinson's even like good value in round 6. Like I've been getting him a lot in round 8 in best ball. Like, granted, it's best ball, but I still think it's you can kind of compare the two. All right, so you're up at 10:08. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna try to find a running back that doesn't make me throw up in my mouth when I read his name.
There's some good ones. I think there are some good late ones who are, you know, sort of handcuffs. Like, you're not getting a starter here, but you could get a good handcuff who could be a starter down the road. So I think that's what you have to try to do in this round.
Yeah, thanks, Walt, but I don't know any of their names.
Yeah, you do need running backs here with the only Taylor.
Who am I taking? I'm just going to not waste everyone's time, and I'm going to just take...
We have 40 seconds, so...
Cam Scatterbo.
Okay. Well, we had the report from Renan that said he's not like realistic. But if Tracy goes down, then obviously it's gonna be the Scadabo show. So
Well, he's going to be a star because I drafted him.
yeah, that's he's one of the prisoner in the moment sort of guys. Because I know you're not in the college football, but in the playoffs, there's a Texas Arizona State game, and Scadabo was like insane in that game. Like he looked like Mike Allstott, vintage Mike Allstott. He was awesome, and I think like people fell in love with him so much in that game that like he's just overdrafted because of that game alone. Like I've seen him go like round 8. Actually, round 7. I've seen round 7 a couple times, which is insane for a backup. Round 10 makes more sense. I have drafted him in round 11 before, so I think the value could be there. And keep in mind, round 11 with people taking 2 quarterbacks. So I think that kind of translates to like round 10. To get back to Garendo, so I think that you kind of have to ask yourself this question, because you had the chance to take McCaffrey, as did I. We both passed on him, and if McCaffrey's off the board, you have to ask yourself, do I think he can stay healthy all year? And if the answer is no, then I think you have to target Garendo, because the Niners have the easiest schedule in the NFL. They run block very well. Kyle Shanahan, son of Mike, he always produces great running backs no matter what. He traded away Mason, Jordan Mason, and then he let Elijah Mitchell go. He's a big believer in Garendo. Garendo is super talented. He's got he's big, he's fast, and if he takes the reins, then he's going to have a big year. So if you think McCaffrey's going to go down, or I would say, like, if you think McCaffrey's going to miss more than 3 games this year, then like you almost have to take Garendo, because even if McCaffrey stays healthy for like a while and then he gets hurt eventually, like week 8, like Garendo is going to be the #1 waiver wire pick. So if you're in a league with Fab, like you definitely have to take Garendo, because he's going to command a lot of Fab. But if you think McCaffrey's going to stay healthy, then you take McCaffrey in the first round, right? So either way, you get the 49ers starting running back, and McCaffrey's a guy he's missed 43% of his games since 2020. Like, I don't trust him to stay healthy. He has chronic Achilles tendonitis. He looks good right now in practice. Like, is that going to last the entire year? I'd be shocked if it does. He's 29 now. I don't think we're going to see the same McCaffrey, even if he stays healthy, but I don't expect him to stay healthy. I think you'll miss 6+ games this year. And so I expect to get Garendo as the starter for 6+ games. And someone asked earlier in the chat, do I expect a mix between Garendo and Jordan James? I don't. Kyle Shanahan has been quoted as saying a lot that he loves only using one running back. His dad was the same way. So I think Jordan James is going to be a backup until next year. So our third stringer until next year. You're up at 11:05. What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know.
Are you surprised that you're on the clock?
No, I'm actually. I was hoping for Benson to fall, but he didn't. And now I'm just looking. All right.
Well, I still think there's some good backup running backs. There are quite a few good ones. So, and keep in mind, for some reason, a sleeper, this is 15 rounds, so you're not going to take your 16th rounder here. Not that it shouldn't impact like too much, but still.
I'm gonna take real super reach, but I don't know. I kind of like him. Braylon Allen.
I don't think that's so much of a reach. The Jets are talking about a 2-headed backfield with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. So it could be a good pick. Breece Hall does have a knee history in his past, so that could definitely work out. Algier's another good one. Bijan goes down, like he's gonna be a league winner. And again, especially in a fab league, like he's gonna, if Bijan gets hurt, Algier, if he's on the waiver wire, he's gonna command so much money. So I think it's in your best interest to draft something like that. I don't like defenses early, but I know Armac, you're a Broncos fan, so I definitely get it. Denver's defense is gonna be pretty sick this year, so if you're gonna take a defense, Denver is definitely one of the top choices. Ray Davis, who Purple took as well, he's another backup running back, and but he's even more appealing because you get what's his face, James Cook is holding in, and so if Cook goes down, like we saw Davis that one game last year where he started against the Jets, like he was insane that game. So he's another one of these backups I like. Yeah, here comes the homer pick. Nice.
What's that?
You definitely got to make a homer pick for sure. Oh, purple! Come on, Dante Thornton off the board, 11-9. I guess I should have known he would have been taken earlier here. Quentin Johnston, who's had a good camp, surprisingly, but we'll see if that translates to real life action. I don't know if it will, but
they just signed what's his face too.
They signed Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
they signed him today.
Or I heard a rumor that they I don't know if they signed him, but he was definitely in the building.
They just signed him 3 hours. Okay, 3 hours ago. Wow. Okay, I missed that because I was putting the kids to bed and stuff. So. Yeah, totally missed that. That's interesting. So
I think Johnston is a good pick. I like Johnston. I know he has like drop problems.
Yeah,
but I was looking at like his. I just picked him up actually. Funny enough, in that weird league last time I was on to talk to you about. Because I needed. But anyway, 3 of his drops are in 1 quarter of 1 game, and then the rest of the season, I think we'll see.
Yeah, that game was so brutal. I had a lot of money on the Chargers, and like I don't think I ever hated a player more than Quentin Johnston in that game. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, he single-handedly blew that game for that team. So I don't know. Okay, so how many receivers do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you taking Thornton really screws me, purple. Thanks a lot. I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah, I love Dante Thornton's like the one guy I won in every single draft this year. So the receivers all shot here. There are no good receivers left. So I'm happy with my 5. How many running backs? I think I have 4. I have 4. So I think I need one more. So what I'm going to do here is where was this guy? There he is. I'm going to take actually no, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go elsewhere. Actually the clock's ticking. I'm going to take Drake May, my second quarterback. I usually don't like taking 2 quarterbacks. I think May is going to be an absolute steal. So I'm going to take Drake May, and I need find player. This is what I was looking for. And take Woody Marks right here.
Now you're just making up names.
Yeah, actually, well, his name is like Jarquavian or something. I forget his name. He goes by Woody, or at least people call him Woody because he dressed as Woody from Toy Story for Halloween for 7 Halloweens in a row. So that's where he gets Woody from. But his real name is just like Jarquavian or something. He was on Charlie Campbell's sleeper list heading into the draft. So he's a guy I've always had in mind. You know, the Texans took him a little bit later than I thought they would, but they still drafted him. They have Joe Mixon with these foot problems. You have Nick Chubb, who looks like so unexplosive, like he just looks done. And so it could be Woody. It could be Woody Marks. It could be Woody Marks as the starting running back. And again, like Charlie had him on the sleeper list. Marks catches a lot of passes. He was very productive in college. I think he's a really good late round sleeper. And Drake May, like I said, usually don't like taking 2 quarterbacks, but I think Drake May is going to be one of those guys who kind of like has just an amazing year. And I could use if this were a real league, I could use. Or trade one of Drake May or Jane Daniels and just get like something really good for them, you know. So I usually would not draft 2 quarterbacks, but I think there are a couple exceptions late in this draft. There I don't want to name guys who weren't drafted yet, but there are 2 other quarterbacks I think who have a lot of upside. So yeah, running back USC exactly, and another dildo in tonight's Fever Sparks game. This is going crazy. People throwing dildos all over the place. Jalen Wright was another guy I was considering. If I didn't take Achane, I would have taken Wright. just because I think it's the same thing, like, but less so than McCaffrey. Like, if McCaffrey goes down, Garendo's going to go nuts. If Achane goes down, Wright is going to go nuts. And like, Achane has a higher injury risk than most players. It's not as high as McCaffrey, but it's definitely up there. Cam Ward is another one of those quarterbacks I really like. What was that? Anyway, Cam Ward I like a lot. I think that he's why does it keep saying time's up for Kid No Name?
It's clicking down for me.
That's clicking down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When he makes a pick, well, let me know when he makes the pick, just in case I don't see that. Patriots have an easy schedule. That's good for me. Yeah. Slew sent us a great spreadsheet on the strength of schedule compared to like my power rankings. Okay, there he goes, Jordan Love. Patriots have one of the easier schedules in the NFL. It's the second easy schedule behind the Niners. So that's another reason to take Drake May. It's another reason to take Travion Henderson. I think you could definitely stack the two. So yeah, I definitely I really like that situation. So you are up right now. What are you doing at 12:08? Abby Doobie.
I don't know. I will take Dalton Kincaid, because why not?
Dalton Kincaid. He's super talented, but I worry about his knee. He tore his PCL last year. He played through it, but and like now he's a sleeve on his knee. I don't know. Maybe he's fine, but I hear that, and I'm like, I don't know, but I don't know. But I think he could outproduce Kelsey.
Well, say.
I'm very down on Kelsey.
Well, that's fine. So what's up with you said there's a weird chat and they're talking about it, but they haven't reached out to anybody?
Wait, sorry. The WhatsApp. I don't really know what WhatsApp is. Like, I know it's an app where you talk to people, but I asked Kenny, I'm like, how's this different than group chats on text? And he couldn't really answer my question.
It's not. That's why.
He said his answer was like, everyone uses it. I'm like, well, everyone uses text. So like, why? Like,
I'm almost thinking about being like spiteful, like when they do, like if they never reach out to me in a way that I can see it, just not show up to the draft. Because I was like, you never told me what's happening. Like, I want you to call me if it's the 31st, call me the 31st and go, Dave, where are you? What are you talking about? No one reached out to me.
I sort of feel the same way, although kind of like I'm so ingrained in this league that the commission.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, I've never met those guys. That's the problem. What I really miss about fantasy football is live drafts. I have not done an in-person live draft since 2019.
Since COVID.
Ever since COVID, it's been nothing but these stupid online drafts.
Yeah.
Where I think you miss, like, I miss like the crazy picks happening. Now everyone just uses the same. All the rankings are in front of them.
Right.
So you don't have the crazy players falling and all that stuff. I'm going to take my backup quarterback and a guy I think might be really good this year, and that's JJ McCarthy.
He's one of the sleepers I was talking about. I like McCarthy a lot. Any quarterback Kevin O'Connell's coach has really shined.
My logic is Sam Darnold. I know he completely crapped the bed in the playoffs, but Sam Darnold looked really good statistically.
Yeah,
in the regular season last year. They had him in the building at Minnesota, and they chose to let him leave.
Yep.
Because they know what they have in McCarthy, and I don't see any reason why. He's technically his first year playing, but he's a second-year guy. That he wouldn't just have a decent season. If Sam Darnold could do it, I have no real concerns about McCarthy doing it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like any quarterback has played well for O'Connell. Yeah, Joshua Dobbs, the astronaut, had great games under O'Connell. Like, what's his name? Nick Mullins had great games under O'Connell. Kirk Cousins had his best year under O'Connell until he got hurt. It's like this guy, it turns water into wine with these quarterbacks. He's the same as like Andy Reid and Sean McVay. Like, they just get the most out of these quarterbacks. I have no reason to think McCarthy would be any different. Like you said, they chose McCarthy over Darnold. He was this handpicked guy in the draft. He took him 10th overall. And he has rushing ability. So that's, that bonus as well. So
now, he did tear his ACL, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's a quarterback. It's not like
Why don't you mention that? Because you say his rushing ability. Is there any concern that'll be limited?
that happened last August. It's not like it happened December, and it's not. He's not like he's cutting a lot, So
by the time he's playing meaningful football, it's a 13-month injury.
Yeah, and he's going to be playing in this weekend. They said so.
Okay.
Apparently, they don't have an issue with that. Brock Purdy is another fantasy sleeper sort of deal. Like I don't like him as much as May and McCarthy and Cam Ward. Well, maybe a little bit more than Cam Ward, but like
I didn't really mention it when you drafted Drake. But like I'm obviously biased because I have him on a fantasy team already.
Mhm.
That weird 16-team league I'm in that we talked about.
Yeah.
But he had moments last year with absolute like practice squad guys. His offense last year, it had zero protection. His skill positions weren't great, and he still had moments where he really looked good.
And terrible coaching too last year.
Yeah. Like if you want to talk about like a complete overhaul, so we'll see what he can do with like decent blocking, good coaching, and decent weapons.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're great, but anything's an improvement.
I completely agree. Like I think he's going to take a huge step this year. There's so many tight ends. I feel like the same on. Like I think that they're all like sort of equal.
You haven't taken one yet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean we have 3 picks left, so I want to go tight end, defense, kicker. So, even though I advise you not to draft kickers and defenses unless you absolutely have to, but for the sake of drafting, I'll do that here. I'm going to take Elijah Arroyo, rookie tight end. I'll explain why in a second. I'll take a defense here. So week 1 matchups: the Redskins play the Giants, but the Steelers they play against the Jets, and you have first-year coach, a new quarterback. I think Steelers defense should do pretty well in week 1. Arroyo is a tight end. Both Charlie and I had in the first round of our mock drafts. He's super athletic. He kind of like runs like a wide receiver. He's that sort of an athlete. He slips to the second round, and we eventually put him in the second round because we heard some negative things about his injuries. That's why he slipped into the second round. But I'm always like skeptical about like the injuries because like you hear so many things like for example like Derek Stingley, who was the Texans cornerback. Like he entered the league with so many injuries at LSU, and like guess what? He played the whole year last year. Like I don't think like Arroyo is necessarily going to be injured a lot, so I'm pretty comfortable taking him even though he's a rookie. There's some other tight ends. There's a lot of other tight ends I considered. Like I could have taken. I don't mention too many names, but like I mentioned this one only because it has to do with my quarterback. Like I could have taken Zach Ertz to pair with Jane Daniels. I just don't know. I'd rather have the upside with Arroyo than Ertz. I think Ertz is safer, but I'd rather go for the upside. So Arroyo is this like freak athlete, and I think that he could do pretty well. You took the Niners defense. Is that to do with the Seattle matchup week 1, or do you just like the Niners in general?
No, there's honestly no thought behind it. It was the highest ranked defense on the list.
Well, I'll tell you this. As you know, I've been covering the NFL for my site since 1999.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners schedule this year is the easiest schedule I've ever seen in my life. It's ridiculous. Like their toughest game is at Houston. Like they have 2 games against the Rams, obviously in the division, but like that's it. Like they face no tough opponents at all. Like barely any teams that were in the playoffs last year. Obviously the Rams were, the Texans were, but like none of these upper echelon teams. Like they avoid everything. So I think they're going to rack up wins, and like that's a good defense to own. I think because they're going to face a lot of bad quarterbacking. Like they get Sam Darnold in week 1. Which is it seems Sam Darnold with no Kevin O'Connell coaching him and no Justin Jefferson to throw to. Like I think that's going to be pretty good. So here are the quarterbacks the Niners face this year. Ready? Sam Darnold, then whoever the Saints quarterback is, then Kyler Murray, divisional, then Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is going to be improved this year. Then they take on Stafford, who could have a back issue. Then they go against Mayfield, which is, it's okay. Then they face a Penix, basically a rookie. Then they take on CJ Stroud, and then they get the Giants quarterback. So we don't know who that's going to be. They get Stafford again, then they get Murray again. Then they take on Bryce Young. They take on the Browns quarterback, whoever that's going to be. They take on Cam Ward as a rookie. They take on Anthony Richardson, who throws a lot of interceptions.
Or Daniel Jones.
Right. And then they take Caleb Williams. He's a mess. And then they take on Seattle, Sam Darnold again. And it could be Jalen Milroe by then. So that is their schedule. So a lot of except for unless Stafford's healthy, like and you have CJ Stroud, Mayfield. Yeah, you don't have like an easy matchup every week, but like that's such a ridiculous schedule.
Harrison Bucker.
All right.
For political reasons, I take Bucker.
Yeah, Potter, B Potter. I like it. Yeah, I want to see if they have any troll names here. So can you rank your top 5 defenses in general, not just fantasy? I think the Eagles have to be up there. I would put the Ravens up there. The Broncos. I'd put the Steelers there, and who else? Maybe the Jets. The Jets are going to be a lot better with Aaron Glenn. Minnesota could be up there too. I know that's 6. I've gone over 5, but it's so hard to rank, like 5 versus 6 for top defenses. It's pretty rough. But yeah, I would say those defenses are probably the best in the NFL. But I'm sure they're missing something here. I think Buffalo's defense can be better this year too. Alec Ingold, very nice slow. That's Mike McCarthy would call that a steal. Alec Ingold, by the way, as many touches as Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle combined in week 3. That's Mike McDaniel coaching at his finest. He said, "Did you hear the Mike McDaniel quote yesterday?"
No.
He was at a press conference, and they're like, "Oh, how are you doing today?" And he's like, "I'm like good. No, I'm not just good. I'm great." And they're like, "Why great?" And he's like, "Because today is another day closer to death."
Jesus Christ.
I know. So that's my good Dana for you. So, I go with Charlie Smythe as my kicker. What do you think about Charlie Smythe? Not Smith. Not Smith. Darius Smythe. That's Mrs. Doubtfire reference. So, okay. So let's go over these teams if you have time. I don't know. What'd you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. No, take best quarterback available. Don't chase the stack. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, in redraft, it's okay. Best ball you want to stack. I'd rather, if it's close, I think you stack it. But I think Vikings defense go another year. Yeah, I think Vikings defense can be awesome this year. All right, so let's go to your team first. Because you drafted earlier than I did. So you took Gibbs and Taylor as your starting running backs, and you didn't draft running backs until late. You only took 4 running backs. You took Scotabo and Allen. Your receivers are Jackson Smith and Jigba, Tyreek Hill, Zay Flowers, and McMillan. I'm not a fan of Hill and McMillan, but like maybe one of those will play well. Downs I like as well. Your quarterbacks are Bo Nix and McCarthy. I like those quarterbacks. Don't like your tight ends. Kincaid's not a bad value. Kelsey, yeah, I've talked about how I hate Kelsey, but so what are your thoughts on your team? Because as you said, you weren't prepared for this. I mean, obviously it's August 6th, so it's the beginning of the fantasy season here.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, this is probably hot garbage, and that's fine. Yeah, as I was taking players, I'm like, I'll be honest with you, like round 4, like you said, it's that dead round. And yeah, definitely. I was looking at these guys. I'm like, there's no one here I'm happy taking.
Mm-hmm.
And as it went on, like I took Kelsey just because I was looking at the tight end list. And, you mentioned some guys as you went on that you like, but I have no sleepers for tight ends in my mind. Yeah, no, it's not a good draft, but that's fine. Don't wait till round 8 to take. I'm sorry, not round 8. Round 10 to take your 3rd running back. That's also advice I'd give you.
Yeah, for sure. Some tight ends I like. I like Tucker Kraft. He usually goes a little later, but it's fine. Tyler Warren, I love a lot. 10-03. He could be. 2 years ago we had Sam Laporta. Last year we had Brock Bowers. I think he could continue that tradition. He's also like sneakily going to score rushing touchdowns, like he did the tush push at Penn State last year. So he could do the tush push in Indianapolis. So you have those guys. Brenton Strange is not bad. I like Arroyo. Tyler Higbee. I love Tyler Higbee. I considered him too. I've drafted Higbee more than any other tight end, so I definitely like that. So this, I usually like struggle in my first draft as well in August, and I'm like, okay, I have a lot of work to do with these rankings. But I've been doing so many best ball drafts; it felt like so natural. I feel like I'm just so prepared for this. It's insane. It's crazy. Like, I didn't use rankings this year. I just know like who I want. Achan, Irving, start with those running backs. I love Bucky Irving this year. I think he's going to go nuts. Achan as well. Like Achan could be the top fantasy player this year. Like both those guys actually could be. Rashi Rice, we'll see about the suspension. That's basically round 4 dead zone, creeping into round 3. I think it started after Harrison. Like Slew got the last guy that I would like to take. So like starting with Garrett Wilson, that's dead zone. So there was really no one else. I was maybe Hubbard would have been better. I'm not sure. Anyway, Jane Daniels, I think I recommend getting one of the top 5 quarterbacks this year because there's such a big difference between them and the others. And then Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, Emeka Egbuka, Jaden Higgins. There's 2 rookies in there. I love the rookies this year. That I feel like some are going early, like Genty's going too early, for example. I think McMillan's going too early. Not where you took him necessarily. Like you took him 6 to 8. He's going like 4th or 5th round in best ball. So I still really don't like him though. But I love Egbuka and I like Higgins. I also like Matthew Golden to win 7-11. I think I would have taken, if Golden were available, I would have gone Golden and Egbuka. Yeah. So anyway, quarterbacks Daniels and May. I love those guys. Arroyo, tight end could be better, but there were like I was considering Tyler Warren here, but I wanted Blue. So I think what would have happened was if Golden was available here, I probably would have taken Golden and Egbuka, and then I wouldn't have taken Higgins. I think I would have taken Warren and Blue instead. So that kind of changed things. So that's kind of interesting how a pick in round 7 could affect something in round 10. And then it's defense kicker, whatever. Cameron Smythe, one of the best kicker I think here. Anyway, let's review these teams. I think we can skip out on team 2. Because they auto drafted, and I think Team 4 auto drafted as well. Trophy was in here for a while though. Right, so Scary Hours, he went double running back with Robinson and Kyron Williams, and then London, McLaurin, Hunter, Judy, Andrews as his tight end, and other running backs, ETN Williams. I'm be honest, I don't like this draft. A lot of questionable guys. Early on he did well, but when he started with Judy here, I would not draft Judy just that early on a bad team. ATN is not the starting running back there anymore. It's Bigsby. Javonte Williams is not going to be the starter. Diggs is a 31-year-old coming off the torn ACL. It's fine. The other picks are like I don't hate this team. I don't like this team very much. So what do you think about Scary Hours, this team?
Yeah, I mean, for what the little information I have, I mean, McLaurin's maybe holding out. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Drake London. We'll see what happens. I know Hunter. I don't know how to feel about him. I know like they came out and said he's basically going to be starting at the wide receiver and then being a backup corner.
Yeah,
so that's good, I guess. Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, I don't want anyone in Cleveland. I actually think Mark Andrews. He looked so bad at the end of the season last year, and he had just moments where he wasn't like Isaiah Likely looked better than him down stretches. Last season. So we'll see what happens with him. I don't know. And I don't like Dak Prescott, but that could be the Eagles fan in me.
Yeah. Here's the comments. Justin Magaloni says, look at these dorks. Fantasy football LOL for the ones that don't know the game. Well, real players play fantasy as well. But we have what's worse, like doing fantasy draft or commenting if you hate fantasy football on a fantasy draft? Like what do you have going on in your life that like you have time to comment on something you hate? It's like, okay. Anyway, we have Butters here. So I like the start. Actually, Barkley McConkey's fine. James Cook is holding in, so 303 seems too early for him. I said before, I've been drafting him round 5. If he falls in round 5, I'll take him. Anything else seems too early for me. Evans is an older player, but again, round 4 is a dead zone, so I can't criticize anything there. I like Sutton. I said this before. I don't like the 2 tight ends. I don't like the 2 quarterbacks this early. And again, you could have taken someone else here instead of Hawkinson and Mayfield and then gotten Kraft and Herbert. So I guess like a learning lesson there. Mooney, Shaheed are fine. Monangai is all right. Brashard Smith is Ben Wasley's approved late round sleeper. Who Ben Wasley gave us Tyron Tracy last year, so I'm going to trust him on this one. What are your thoughts on Butters' team?
I agree with the things you said. I mean, I thought Cook was holding out, but holding in is funny. Mike Evans looked good when he played last year, but he is older and he did miss a bunch of games.
Yeah.
You mentioned with Sutton. And I kind of agree with you. Like his stat line at the end of the season looks half decent, but you don't remember anything that he did. And it all might have been like bulk in that one game where he went off. And then that weird block of the four, the two tight ends and the two quarterbacks. Is what it is. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to just like remember certain things, but not a super big fan.
Yeah. T4 Slate was auto draft, I believe, so we can skip that one. We did yours. So Team 6 kid no name. He started with Henry and Brown. Brown a little concerning with his hamstring, but we'll see. Higgins at 306, I think is good value. I'm not a big fan of Walker, but again, round 4 dead zone. I'm not going to criticize anything there unless it's like egregious. I love Trevion Henderson. Caleb Johnson, another impressive rookie. I think Jordan Mason's a little too early, but yeah, actually, it's not too bad. I don't hate the pick. I just I hate seeing him there. Like I'd rather see him like round 9, round 10, but that's not where he's going. So again, like not too worried about that. Pickens is someone I've seen going in round 4, late round 4, early round 5. So to get him at 6 or 7 is not too bad. I'm not a big fan of him this year, but like 6 or 7, I'm used to seeing him like round 4, round 5. So like that's why I don't like him. So 6 or 7 is not bad. And Njoku, you have to worry about the quarterbacking situation. Like if the Browns had a better quarterback situation, I'd love Njoku, but that's not the reality of the situation. So I would not draft him very much. But overall, I like this team. Couple picks I dislike, but I think a good team overall from Kid No Name. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually like this team a lot. We'll see with Brown, but when healthy, he's like one of the top 5 receivers in the league.
Yeah.
Pickens, like we'll see. I mean, he's talented, but he's also a head case. Maybe he'll stop fighting defensive backs and play football.
Yeah.
And then no Cookie Jordan Love, your favorite player. So that's great.
Aaron Rodgers is his favorite player. Yeah. What is going on? Grown men doing fantasy football need to stop by the time you were 10 years old. Actually started when I was 12. So, so there you go. Yeah. I mean,
Tom Brady?
What?
Is that Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. No, TB12 is Tom Brady. This is like the less talented version.
Oh, so he's the less talented loser, Tom Brady.
Yeah, like, hey, you guys are doing fantasy football. He's commenting on this video. Like, what are you doing?
Does the 17 stand for the amount of yards he has to stay away from schools because he's a fucking weirdo?
His IQ maybe as well. Are we done for the night or one more? We're an hour and a half in. I don't think we'd be able to fill it this late, unfortunately. They're done for the night. They're old men. That's so funny. All right, what else used to do past 10 p.m.? Yeah, especially when the kids go to bed. Nice trolling, guys. What winners here? Yeah, they're not the biggest losers. You guys obviously don't have anything better to do since you're trolling in the chat. Exactly. Like, yeah, you can come draft with us if you want.
On that, I mean, engagement in traffic is good for you regardless, right? So
yeah, seriously, I thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. All right, so Trophy, he was on draft at the end, but I think he was live for a while. Jefferson, so he went a long time at taking a receiver after Jefferson. I do like Odunze. I am worried about Caleb Williams. Odunze in the 7th round is not bad. Marvin Mims, though, and then Marquise Brown. They drafted 4 receivers. I think that's pretty worrying. Like, instead of a second quarterback, take your 5th receiver here. But he might have been an all draft by then anyway.
Yeah.
I hate Montgomery. Pacheco a little too early there. I do like him, but like 7th round, I like him, not 5th. Don't draft Mahomes in the 6th. I like Charbonnet. That's about right. I think he might go a little around later, but it's okay. Bigsby. So I like this group here: Charbonnet, Bigsby, Algier. That's pretty good. So there are some good aspects of this team, but to only draft 4 receivers, especially with like only 2 real receivers, like Mims is a kick returner. Brown is always hurt and is old. So yeah, I think you need more receivers in this. What do you think?
Yeah, what would Brown be? Is Brown like assuming what's his face? I'm sorry. Assuming Rice doesn't get suspended. Is Brown like their fourth receiver?
It's Worthy. It's Rice and Worthy, and then Brown. But maybe Jalen Royals passes him. Heard good things about him, but
all right. So, like, he might really only have 2 receivers.
Right. Yeah. If Rice is not suspended, for sure. So.
And I'm with you. I don't like David Montgomery. I mean, there's a reason why. I mean, I've seen some, like, not that I've done a lot of research, but just stuff that's come across like my feed, like people talking about Gibbs, like. It was like this one like joke thing where it was like the person I should take first overall, and then like the person I want to take, and it was Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. I didn't like Montgomery last year though, and I was wrong. So who knows?
Well, it's a different situation now. Like his offensive coordinator is gone, and the offensive line is a lot worse, and the schedule is a lot tougher. So it just triple whammy there. Okay, Armac's team. So he went receiver heavy, unlike Trophy. He went Neighbors and St. Brown, Adams, Williams, and Addison. I wouldn't take 2 Lions, and he took a third with Laporta. I wouldn't take 3 Lions, and I wouldn't take 2, just because I'm expecting them to regress this year. I love Hampton. I'm not a fan of Jalen Warren so much. He's going to play on third downs, but just not big on him. Dobbins is a fine pick there. So I think you needed one more running back. You only have Armac. You only have 3 running backs. It looks like Hampton, Warren, and Dobbins. You definitely need more than 3 running backs. So that's definitely something that I would change. So instead of like 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends, like take running backs here instead. Trey Harris is a fine sleeper late. So what are your thoughts on the team? Because I mean the 3 running backs is really worrying me here.
Well, he's got one more than I do, so I'm not gonna. Knock him too hard. Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. Like, I mean, you're forced to start 2, so you're willing to have 1 backup, and injuries happen. And then I like Hampton a lot as well, but he's a rookie, right? So you never know.
Right.
So you really want to lean that much. And then the Pittsburgh backfield, is it? Who's starting? Is Jalen Warren the starter? Who's the starter now?
He's listed as the starter, but it could be one of those things where Caleb Johnson takes over in like week 5.
They never really for years he was like the big sleeper in Pittsburgh, and they loved him, but they never really gave him a chance over Harris. Like Harris always like split at best was like a 60-40 split with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And then I'm not really Cam Ward, you said you like a lot as a sleeper. I don't really like Kyler Murray. Once the new Call of Duty comes out, he's not going to want to play football. So I don't know. I think he's going to have some issues if he has any injuries, especially at running back. And then Adams, we'll see what happens with Stafford's back. I like Neighbors as a talent, but who's throwing the ball to him? I know, like, what's his face? Dart might start, right? Is that what they're thinking?
Well, he's apparently struggling, and he's the 3rd stringer right now on the depth chart. So, like, Russell Wilson's the starter.
That's right. They're the team with like a million like doofus veterans.
Yeah, they're like the Browns. Like the Browns and the Giants decided to do the same thing this year. We'll see. They're just like, hey, you got as many as you can, and like maybe one of them would be good. Look, Russell Wilson stinks now, but he's going to be better than what they had last year late in the year in Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito, you know. So, and if it's not Russell Wilson, it could be Jameis Winston, who is like either going to have great games or he's going to throw 5 pick sixes. So, like I love Winston for fantasy receivers. Winston's like the best thing you could hope for. Like look at Jerry Jeudy last year. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Brian asked, yes, we are drafting tomorrow. It'll be Mike Lucine will be on. So we'll do it. No, you're a fantastic co-host. Mike is great though. Mike is posting videos every day, so I urge you guys to check this out. Those are awesome. What is the chat's going wild here? I don't even know. I'm so lost in this chat. It's the BBC takeover. Was it BBC, British Broadcasting the Corporation? Was this? Maybe you guys can fill me on that. What that is? All right, we have 3 more teams to talk about. Purple. He had some good picks. I remember Purple. screwing me over a few times. So he started with Thomas and Collins, just solid. Like Thomas, I like. Collins, I'm a little concerned with that offense, but he could have a great year. Jackson, again, get those 5 quarterbacks. And went Hubbard. I love Hubbard, but then like Mixon, I don't know if that's auto draft or whatnot, but like don't take Mixon. He's gonna be out for a while. I don't trust him to stay healthy, and he's older too. He's 30. I like Swift. I was pretty surprised to see Swift's age. Like he's 26. Like it feels like he's been around forever. You know, he's only 26.
Yeah.
In that offense, he should do well. I love the Niner receivers, especially Pearsall. Love Garendo. He sniped him. He sniped Thornton. Love Thornton. Jalen Wright's a fantastic pick. Hunter is great. Higbee. I love Higbee. Purple. My favorite team so far. What are your thoughts on Purple's team? Except for Mixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to think of the Chicago backfield, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I like his receivers a lot. I don't know how, like, let me rephrase it. Collins and Thomas I like. But I don't know. Like, he has 2 of the 49ers receivers, which is kind of awkward. But I like his team.
Yeah, I think it's I really wanted him. Well, he drafted Jackson. If he hadn't drafted Jackson, and if he took Purdy to stack with Pearsall and Jennings, that would have been great. But obviously, he didn't need to because he took Jackson. People are saying that I pissed off the Bears fans. Walt's a Packers fan. I'm not a Packers fan. Definitely not a Packers fan. The Bears Army came over. It says, yeah, Walt, you must have pissed off the Bears Reddit somehow, losers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I pissed off a lot of people. Well, Reddit's a weird place. It's a lot of strange people there who are sketchy people.
Can I just look right to say the Bears suck dick, and I don't care about anything related to the Chicago Bears. That franchise could sink into the ground.
Tyson that's TB17's Tyson Bajan. That's great. Yeah, the Bears are not going to be good this year. All right, so Slew is up. Puka Nacua. I'm very concerned about Stafford's back, but if Stafford's back is fine, then Nakua's going to be good. Jacobs, great pick there. Harrison's great. Take your quarterbacks. Burrow's fantastic. I worry about Jones with his age. Also with Jordan Mason there, they paid a lot for Mason, so that could be 1A, 1B type of deal there. DJ Moore in the 6th round is great value. Kind of missed that he was available, so I may have maybe I should have considered him instead of Devontae Smith. Tony Pollard should be fine. Brian Robinson, not too much upside, but he should do well. Pittman. Pittman's fine. I love Tyler Warren. Love that pick. Quentin Johnson has upside. Roshan Johnson. Roshan Johnson could be the goal line back once again. He was last year. And we know that Ben Johnson loves using multiple running backs. So that's really good. And, of course, the Ingold Troll. I love the Ingold Troll. What do you think about Slew's team? I like it overall. A couple picks I disagree with, but I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree. I was a little bit upset with the fact that Daniels, Hurts, and Burrow got taken back to back like that. Marvin Harrison, I've heard some mixed things in camp, but I like him. We'll see. But yeah, I like his team overall.
Okay. All right. Last team we're looking at, Troy McClure. So he took Bowers 111. I don't like that at all. Like there's so many weapons now with the Raiders. Like they added Genty, they added Thornton. And they added Geno Smith, who, Bowers' touchdowns might go up, but his receptions are going to go down. Because like last year, it was Bowers and no one else, and like he had noodle arm quarterbacks throwing to him, just force feeding him the ball. So his target share is going to go down, but his touchdowns might go up. So it could balance itself out. McCaffrey at 202, he could do really well, but again, a chronic Achilles tendonitis is terrifying. I don't know if I could draft him. Garrett Wilson, not a huge fan with. I like Wilson as a player, just like Justin Fields. Don't trust him. Love the Jalen Hurts pick. Harvey, he's in a platoon with J.K. Dobbins, and Sean Payton doesn't like to use one running back. Now, obviously, if one is way better than the rest, he'll do it. But Harvey's only a rookie, and they don't trust him on 3rd down. So I think Harvey's being overdrafted. Of course, Waddle is the pyramid scheme, as Butters will call him. I love the golden pick. That's great. Debo at 802 is really solid value. Like he's going like 5th or 6th round in best ball. Like 802 just feels great. I don't like Stevenson and don't like Ford. Like these like veteran crappy running backs on like bad teams. Maybe New England's not that bad, but like they're going to be replaced. Like Ford might be replaced by Sampson or Judkins if he returns, and then Stevenson's going to give way to Henderson. So like these are just wasted picks. I would rather take guys with more upside. He also took Sampson. So like don't take Ford and Sampson together. Just decide on one and just settle on that. Cooper Kupp, I hate. I think he's just so worthless this year. Like they designed plays for him in LA, and like now he won't have Sean McVay as his coach for the first time, and he has a major downgrade of quarterback. So I really despise Cooper Kupp this year. Likely, I love Likely as a sleeper here. I don't really like taking backup tight ends, but like Likely is someone you can maybe trade. I'd rather take 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends, just because like it's so much harder to trade a tight end unless he's like elite. So maybe if Likely returns and is having a good year, you could trade Bowers, I think. But like, then why take Bowers at 111? I don't really like this plan. So what do you think about Troy's team here?
Yeah, I agree with you for the most. For the most part, I think it's a lot of like McCaffrey is going to get hurt. I don't think it's a if but when. Debo, it might be the number one in Washington, but I also heard he's like overweight and not looking good. And then I think like Stevenson, Ford, Kupp, and Sampson are just like kind of the average picks.
Right. I don't mind Sampson.
Well, my point is like it looks worse because of Ford.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I don't like taking your own handcuffs. I like taking other people's handcuffs. You know, it's just there's negative correlation with your handcuffing. Whereas, like, I know it seems safer, but you don't want to be negative correlated. Like, I think it's better to take other people's handcuffs because if they get hurt, it's basically double whammy. You get a good player on your team and you take something away from your opponent. So definitely focus on that. It's got to be a rare situation. Like if you're taking your own handcuffs. So, all right, that's it for this draft. I don't know what these BBC guys are going to do when we sign off here.
Well, I was looking at some of the comments here, and it's kind of funny. I was distracted by a lot of them, but that's just fuck the Bears.
Yeah,
your 70 cents of.
Here we go. But like these comments, like this is the sort of IQ I expect people on Reddit. So I like if you want to talk to dumb people, go to Reddit basically. So
I don't.
Just, don't go to Reddit. You'll be better off. All right, so guys, we're gonna be back tomorrow doing another fantasy draft. Like I said, Mike Lucian's gonna be on from NFLRoughDraft.com. So it'll be interesting to see how that differs. So once again, it's gonna be first come first serve here for the draft, and I'll post the link as always in the chat. Body burner, Dave, do you want to shout anything out on your way out here?
No, I don't really do anything. There's nothing to plug. No books.
You haven't written anything from your college years?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, all right. So I'll plug WalterFootball.com. Please visit. We have tons of content. It's all free. We have like everything from the NFL. Going to post preseason picks by tomorrow morning. And please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store and everything. And Armac, thank you so much for the 40-hour super chat. Really appreciate it. It just means so much to us here. It just like you guys, as I said before, you're the main core here. Like you, Slew, John Sanders, Cassandra, and the boss, Cam McNeagle, etc. Sorry if I'm missing any names here, but you guys are like the lifeblood of the show, and it's just so meaningful that you guys are always on, and you guys help us out with the super chats, which again, like we make nothing on YouTube ads. Like the super chats is like the most of our revenue here. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a great night and everything, and we'll be back tomorrow to do another fantasy draft, and I will talk to you then.